Good morning, Bermuda, and belated happy Thanksgiving. We all have something to give thanks for, no matter how bad things are. And today I am thankful for the privilege of once again giving introductory remarks in the third in a series of conferences featuring our new candidates. Today, Bermuda faces unprecedented challenges, and we at the OBA intend to show that we will be a problem-solving government, confronting those challenges head-on. We will not distract, we will not double-talk, and we will not cover up. We believe in straight talk and direct action. In the first of these presentations, we address the issue of unemployment. In the second, public debt. And today, we look at some important demographic trends. As baby boomer Bermudians age, the inevitable challenges relating to the costs of the care of the elderly and how that is financed take center stage. It is a role of government to provide clear and transparent leadership on this issue. Unfortunately, it has not been forthcoming from this government. We only have politically inspired rhetoric. So today our speaker on this subject will be Andrew Simons, OBA candidate for constituency 17, Pembroke Central. Now I'll turn it over to you, Andrew.
Thank you, Bob. Good morning. Today, let's think beyond the politics of the next 3 weeks. Instead, let's focus on the next 20 years. What will Bermuda be like in the year 2030? What will 2030 be like for the young Bermudians of today? My great-grandfather, Erlington Simons of Cedar Hill, Warwick, had 8 children. My grandmother had 4, but my father just had 2. People have fewer children these days. Fortunately, we can all hope to live longer. I hope to live as long as my grandmother, who died at the age of 86. Government statistics provide a fuller picture. The proportion of seniors, those 65 and older, will double from 11% of the population in 2000 to 22% in 2030. In the year 2005, workers supported each child or senior who depended on social support for their well-being. In the year 2030, just 2 workers will be asked to provide that support. In the future, fewer workers will shoulder the costs of pensions, health subsidies, and social insurance benefits for more retirees. The cost pressures on the working population to make our society function will be more severe in the years ahead. The One Bermuda Alliance has clear plans to empower my generation to adapt to this transition. A One Bermuda Alliance government will implement a comprehensive education plan. We will ensure that people enter the workforce equipped with the skills that employers need. And many times we've given details about what some of those specifics would include. Things like a longer school day, an integrated technical curriculum starting in the middle school years, an independent standards body that would release things like GCSE results. But remember, no matter what the work, a worker's most important and relevant education comes on the job. That's why this youth unemployment crisis is so troubling. The high unemployment rate for the 16 to 24-year-old age group means that this generation is missing out on those essential skills developed in the first few years of work. Some of those skills just include turning up on time, dealing with coworkers. Those skills are just as important as calculus or how to strip an engine or how to write detailed reports. Some of those life skills are developed in the very first years of work. It also means that Bermuda, relative to other countries that we compete with, is operating with a growing skills deficit. The One Bermuda Alliance has a plan to get young Bermudians working now. Our Jobs and Economic Recovery Plan contains specific measures designed to grow the economy, create jobs, stimulate investment, and restore the confidence that is so essential for economic revival. Economic growth created by the One Bermuda Alliance's policies will mean a return to government surpluses. Those surpluses will be used to pay down the national debt and to help pay for the social programs necessary to support our aging population. This week, my fellow candidates and I have presented the three-pronged challenge of youth unemployment, uncontrolled debt, and demographic change. It's vital that everyone understands the challenges that my generation and future generations will face. Again, to address our future challenges, Bermuda needs a sound education plan that prepares all Bermudians to participate in the economy. Bermuda needs a sound economic plan that grows the economy, creates jobs, pays down our national debt, and supports critical government services. Those objectives can only be achieved by a government that keeps an eye on the road ahead and prepares for the future by tackling issues today. The OBA will be that government. We need to get on a new and more responsible path to the future. Vote for change.
Thank you. Any questions?
Quite straightforward.
If not, well, thank you very much.
May I ask you a question, sir?
On or off camera?
On camera.
On camera?
Yeah.
You can ask me, yes.
They're going to a press conference this morning about the Devon Springs wall finally finished after 9 years of wrangling. You know information about how the process was made for the tendering, which disturbs you apparently and would be of interest to the public. Can you divulge what you know?
Well, first of all, let me say that the government has blocked the opening of this road for 9 years. It just hasn't been closed. The government closed it. And the area residents have wanted that road opened ever since it was closed, and the government denied responsibility, that it was their responsibility to have it open. They said it was the responsibility of the residents. They said it was a private road. Well, I don't know how it could be a private road if the Mid-Atlantic Wellness Institute is on that road, right? Maui is actually on Devon Springs Road. The only way you can get to Maui is by way of Devon Springs Road, so it can't be a private road. But that's been government story for 9 years. And all of a sudden, on the eve of an election, they have decided, in their wisdom, to spend public funds to open this road, to put a retaining wall there to open this road. Now, to me, this is just cynical politics. And I think everybody in Devonshire will see right through that. They have been inconvenienced for 9 years. They have harassed the late Mr. David Fox with threatening letters from Works and Engineering for 9 years. I've seen them. They've threatened to put nuisance orders on him and all kinds of stuff. It's awful. So all of a sudden, on the eve of election, you know, like manna from heaven, we have a decision to do something about this. So I think that's the important context. Secondly, there are questions about the bidding process. The government and the Premier made a big thing about setting up the procurement office, which is supposed to oversee capital projects. This project would cost over $100,000, so it's classified as a capital project. And the procurement office is supposed to see that there's fair bidding and transparent bidding. Well, apparently there's transparent bidding because everybody knows what everybody else's bid was. The problem is that apparently the job did not go to the lowest bidder, and it did not, and it went to a bidder that was $50,000 more than the second lowest bidder, and the second lowest bidder was a construction company. This project went to not to a construction company, but to a landscaping company. And the decision apparently was made by cabinet. It was not made by the procurement office. So there are questions about political interference here. And you would have thought that after 9 years of dilly-dally, they could at least get this right. So there are significant questions about the organization that was given the contract. They were more expensive, and they appeared to be less qualified. So it would be useful, I think, for the government to address some of these matters to the satisfaction of the public.
Thank you very much indeed.